bombarded civilians with mortars and artillery in the Meghalaya district. While the TPLF has not commented on the attacks, a humanitarian source has confirmed the fighting. Authorities afar have warned of possible defensive action if attacks continue. They also report that many of people were displaced but have not heard any of casualties so far. Heavy rainfall has caused floodings across parts of Spain's northeastern Catalonia region. This has prompted authorities to issue warnings and emergency responses. The Catalan Weather Agency has issued an orange alert in the region, with Girona recording the highest rainfall with 43.6 liters per square meters. Reports suggest that since the onset of the weather episode, the fire brigade responded to 60 emergency calls throughout Catalonia, while authorities have lifted the flood alert at midday but have advised residents to remain cautious when outdoors. People gather in Lyon, the largest city in Western Sahara, to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Green March, which marks Morocco's takeover of parts of this disputed territory. Half a century has passed since the Green March, launched by King Hassan II of Morocco to reclaim the North African country's historical rights over Western Sahara. This gathering comes a few days after a UN vote supporting Morocco's autonomy plan. Here's what the people celebrating have said.
قرار بالنسبة لنا نحن في مدينة العيون وساكنة مدينة العيون قرار يعني نثمنه وهذا إنصاف لنا نحن المغاربة في الصحراء المغربية بهذا الحكم الذي أصدره مجلس الأمن الدولي، وطبعا ستتواصل التنمية.
احتفل مع إخوان ديالنا الصحراويين، احتفلت سنة الذكرى 49 والذكرى 50، احتفلت بهم مع إخواننا الصحراويين، زيت ندير معاهم صلة الرحم هنايا.
Nous sommes venus de Casa et de toutes les parties du Maroc, moi et mes amis, et beaucoup de mes chers compatriotes, pour participer à l'anniversaire du 50e anniversaire de la glorieuse marche verte. Cette marche qui a démontré que les Marocains sont capables de tous les défis.
Now we move on to Europe. French government officials have said that the European Union must take action against Shein, saying the Chinese online retailer was in breach of the bloc's regulations due to the sale of childlike sex dolls and banned weapons on its marketplace. France has moved to ban Shein over the illicit products on Wednesday, prompting the company to suspend its marketplace in the country as it reviewed how third-party sellers operate on it. Shein's website in France was still viewable today, but it showed only its own brand clothing, or which it is best known, rather than the vast array of toys, homeware, and gadgets normally available on its marketplace, which has been a growing source of revenue for the company. As part of the crackdown on Shein, France's budget and small business ministers visited Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport, where millions of packages arrive via air freight. They said that they have blocked 200,000 parcels, which would be examined by customs officials and France's consumer watchdog. Let's listen into what the French Minister for Public Accounts has said.
Mais aujourd'hui, c'est 100% de tous les colis arrivés depuis 24 heures qui sont bloqués. C'est 200 000 colis qui vont être ouverts par les douaniers, la DGCCRF, pour justement alimenter les 3 procédures qui ont été initiées par le Premier ministre. La première procédure, vous le savez, c'est la suspension du site. La deuxième procédure, c'est une enquête judiciaire. Et la troisième procédure, c'est une enquête européenne. Pour que nous puissions réussir à mettre un frein à ce qui est un système qui est manifestement non conforme par rapport à toutes nos normes, toutes nos règles et toute notre fiscalité, je vais y revenir, il faut qu'on puisse avoir des preuves. Les douaniers en ont tous les jours, mais aujourd'hui, la plateforme ne pourra pas dire qu'on a juste ouvert les...
The European Commission has stated that it takes very seriously the risks from illegal products on Shein, as the online retail giant faces an uproar in France over the sale of childlike sex dolls. Paris has urged Brussels to clamp down on the Chinese-founded platform, with the bloc's digital chief, Henna Verkunen, to hold talks later in the day with French Minister Anne Hennaf. The European Commission is already investigating Shein for multiple suspected breaches of EU rules, including those related to the sale of illegal products. Such step would be a very last resort to be taken by the member state hosting the platform. Let's listen in to what the EU spokesperson has said.
The concerns raised in France, these are concerns we already have. We have sent requests for information to Shein precisely on the selling and the dissemination of illegal products on its service, so the Commission takes this extremely seriously.
The death toll from Typhoon Kalamagi in the Philippines has risen to 114 people, with 127 people still missing. The storm has regained strength as it moves towards Vietnam, where 350,000 people have been evacuated due to expected flooding and damaging winds. While in Philippines, with many returning to destroyed homes and have started cleanup, a senior civil defense official has stated that the challenge is now to clear the debris from the regions hit by the typhoon. Meanwhile, a new storm developing in east of Mindanao could strengthen into a typhoon, raising concerns for the upcoming week. Kalamagi is the 20th storm to hit the Philippines this year and comes just after deadly earthquake in Cebu. This is what some of the Vietnamese farmers have said.
Đông nước lên biển hơn, nước vừa ra khỏi ra là bà con vừa chuyển đồ xuống là được 3 ngày. Là trời nó mưa lớn ảnh hưởng bão vào rồi. Mưa quá lớn, mưa mấy bữa đấy quá lớn, nước nó vào lại. Bà con nó cũng rất